If you're watching this message is meant for you. If you want to receive my energy, please be sure to give this a like, comment, or at least be subscribed. Okay, everything is an energy exchange. And again, if you want to receive my energy, I would really appreciate it if you could interact with this video in whatever way, shape, or form. And yeah, with that, let's get to the message that we have for you today. So I'm getting justice energy. I feel like a lot of you are finally going to be receiving everything that you have been asking for. Okay, you have given a lot of your energy to people. You're really sweet, kind, you go out of your way to help people. Maybe I'm seeing some of you could be into volunteering, donating, and this is a sign that you're going to be receiving all the love and abundance that you've given out back. Okay, even if it was to people that you felt like weren't really worthy of your love or energy, I'm definitely getting that there is someone in the past that, like, you know, pops up every once in a while for you, or maybe a little bit more often, that you're just like, wow, I cannot believe I gave so much to this person, and at the end of the day, I'm alone. I ended up getting played, or I ended up feeling a certain way, right? Like, we've all been there. One thing I'm getting is that, like, you're not going to be experiencing that too much in your life. I'm seeing you're breaking out of that cycle, okay? Every single person I know that is happily married or in a really good relationship or has a good job or has a good life has definitely gone through some form of injustice, but they were able to break out of that loop. I'm also getting like a neurofeedback loop. A lot of what you experience in life has to do with your mental diet and the things that you're telling yourself, the things that you're replaying in your mind. Okay, if you are constantly thinking negative things, or constantly liking, like, you know, things online that, you know, may be full of limiting beliefs, then that's what you're gonna see. That's what you're gonna be perceiving, you know, the world from, right? Like, that's the lens with which you're gonna be viewing the world from. Reticular activating system, right? So, like, what you consume a lot of is what you start, you know, like, shedding light on. Like, you'll start noticing that more and more things based off of what you consume, right? Like, I'm on Pinterest all the time, and I'm on, like, Pinterest, like the decor aspect of Pinterest, where I see a lot of, like, you know, cool like room ideas and furniture and luxury. I also I love Pinterest. I like anything that looks good, that looks pretty. And my mind lately has been noticing those things a lot. Like, I've been noticing people's, like, home decor. I've been noticing, like, more like luxury, abundance. I like a lot of, like, pink things. I've been, like, exploring a lot of, like, pink things, like girly things. Also affirmations. I, like, look at affirmations, say affirmations every day, and my affirmations are related to love, abundance, happiness, peace. And I've been feeling more of those feelings. I've been experiencing more of that. I've also been meeting, like, more like-minded people that I feel more of a connection to, people that really understand the stuff. I've also been seeing more of their content rather than, you know, content that's full of, like, limiting beliefs and you know, like, just maybe things that I'm not really in the space to see or don't even want to see, right? So that's like we're so magical in that way. When you see something pop up on your algorithm that you don't like, you're allowed to just scroll. That's exactly how it works with reality and your thoughts. You're allowed to just be like, yeah, I don't want this. Is this in alignment with the life that I want? Is this bringing justice to me, justice to my soul, justice to my energy, justice to who I am, justice to my essence, right? That's a question that you should really ask yourself. That's a question I've been asking myself lately, and I'm going to continue to ask myself, because I don't want to be a victim in my own reality. I want to operate from an abundance mindset as much as possible, okay? I embody abundance. I am abundance. Those are affirmations that really help, okay? But be careful with abundance. I'm really into, like, words and, like, etymology and, like, the origins of words. And, like, when you say abundance, like, that's generally a positive word, and most people associate that with positivity, right? But, like, you can also have an abundance of negative thoughts, right? So I'll say things like, oh, I have an abundance of money for the good of all and harm to none. I have an abundance of love in my life. I embody an abundance mindset when it comes to good things, okay? I only notice good things. Good things are constantly flowing to me. I'm at that point in my life where I'm, like, really happy and really satisfied. And yes, there are certain things that I'm manifesting, but sometimes I just like having the universe surprise me. Even when I discover, like, a coffee shop that I think looks really good, is really aesthetic, or when I see something really pretty, something really beautiful and aesthetic, I'm just gonna, like, you know, like, I'm like, thank you, universe, thank you for, like, you know, showing me this. Yeah, I'm also seeing a lot of expansion and abundance is coming in, okay? Expanding your consciousness, yeah. But definitely justice, definitely getting everything, you know, that you are meant to get, everything that you have been working towards, okay? You're finally receiving the fruits of your hard work, the fruits of your labor, like whether that be, in the form of affirmations, like, everything that you've been doing mentally, emotionally, if you've been doing rituals, witchcraft, like I'm seeing something new, like candle magic, meditation, breath work, okay, all of that is paying off. There's these micro shifts that occur every time we decide to want better for ourselves, better for our lives, every time we even affirm, okay? So trust in those micro shifts. That's also another affirmation you can use. I trust in these, micro shifts that are eventually going to lead me to major abundance, right? The compounding effect, every little thing that you do does end up creating a huge compound effect. So that's why even when you have like an off day or negative thoughts, as long as you're not constantly thinking that, it's not going to compound into anything, right? There's some people who, really don't, I'm not saying this to be mean, but there are people out there that aren't as talented or smart as you or whatever, but they just believe in themselves more, and they say these affirmations, or maybe it's just been ingrained into them from a young age that they can accomplish anything, right? Like having degrees, being smart doesn't necessarily equate to like having a lot of money in abundance. I was actually thinking about it. The smartest people in my lives, actually, I think I'm making more than them, and I'm not saying that to be rude, but also they just don't care about money that much. But I know this, one person that like literally graduated from like 2 Ivy League schools. She has like a double degree in law and something else, but she decided to work for the government jobs where I live. They don't really pay that much, but that's her passion. That's what she's going towards, right? But and then there's some people who have degrees in like physics and all these hard subjects, and like that do want money, that aren't like able to like make it and stuff. But like they're smarter than me, and I'm not saying that to be mean, but they are. Yet like I'm earning like more than them. Again, I'm not saying that to be mean or like to show off or anything, but my point is intelligence, hard work also doesn't necessarily equate to abundance, especially if that's what you're going towards. And my point, what was the point of me saying all this? It's to tell you that whatever your assumptions are what's going to manifest, okay? Like if your assumptions are that I earn money no matter what I do, because there's some people who like didn't even go to college that are a lot more richer, a lot more abundant in the material realm. They have like multiple houses, multiple everything, maybe they do have a college degree, but it was in like some major that doesn't necessarily like have like the it's not really in demand in like the economy or whatever, right? It'd be that way sometimes that's what happens, right? And again, I'm not saying this to be mean, but it's like these people, maybe they blew up on TikTok and their business went viral and they just became a millionaire over like the span of like a year or even less than that. I've seen some people go from like 0 to like 100. Like they just like believe in themselves. They were consistent. That's also another thing. Sometimes it's just about consistency. There's some people who don't have to work hard and they just get everything, right? So it's all about your mindset and assumptions at the end of the day, okay? Even karma, like as much as I like want to really tell people to do good, right? Like I do believe like we should be nice, decent human beings. Like there's some people who do bypass that just because they believe in themselves a lot. They just don't have that guilt factor, right? And I'm not saying be that way. Obviously be a decent person. At least that's what I like to do, but I'm just saying like sometimes like the societal programming that we've all had, that a lot of us have had, not everyone actually, some people are programmed different ways. Some people, like the most successful people I know, I think I've learned that like their parents got them into affirming at a very young age. I feel like their parents were into this, and that's why they're really successful. Like I knew this one girl in middle school. I still remember this moment. Someone was giving a presentation, but I was like randomly looking at her and she kept like mouthing certain words, like like without like saying anything. And I'm like, I find myself doing that, and I realized like I'm affirming. And then like I like randomly saw her post about like doing affirmations and how she's been at this from like an early age, and she's like one of the most like, successful people I know. I don't even think like I think she went to college and stuff, but her life just like blew up in the best way possible. Like she has like literally everything, like an amazing relationship, a great career, and I think she was at this, she was from a very young age, which is why like if I have kids, I'm gonna put them onto this. But yeah, I'm seeing that belief in self is really what's gonna like help you achieve like all the good things in life, okay? And Justice, this is a major arcana, so if you're seeing this, this is a sign that major abundance is coming in, okay? But Justice is also related to Libra, which is an air sign, which has to do with thoughts, thinking, mentality, right? So it all does boil down to your thoughts, okay? So think good thoughts, or think thoughts in alignment with whatever it is that you want. It's okay to have off days. It's okay to, like, you know, not be at it like all day every day, but I am seeing that, like, just be consistent with yourself. If you want consistency from anything, you want consistent money flowing into you, consistent love, be consistent with your thoughts, okay? Think thoughts in alignment with your dream reality. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. That is all I